make him make a decision. In that way they can win the ball back higher up the field and maybe have more chance of getting a go forward ball. Chance! Oh, and unfortunately missed on the far post. B side walking it out quite easily, but then giving the ball away cheaply.
Boland A getting a bit lucky with that one there. Sometimes it doesn't always go your way. I'm sure those that have played the game understand that is what happens. And the strength of the boys mentally will show whether they can accept it and move on.
So with the power outage, of course, we were off YouTube as well. So if you're watching now via YouTube, give us a comment and say maybe who you're supporting. Go Boland A, go Boland B. And if you have any questions, then just pop them on there and we can see if we can help you out.
Looks like Boland B are under a little bit of pressure, trying to play unnecessary little passes or one-touch passes instead of grabbing the ball on the stick, showing some composure and looking up to make a pass. I think the boys are feeling the pressure now. They are really struggling to connect with each other. Great little interception there, but straight back to Boland A, going on to the D and unfortunately pushing it just wide.
Rain coming down again, making it maybe a little bit slippery out there, but of course playing on water-based Astro makes the ball travel a little bit faster, which some of the boys will be used to. Drive down the outside, but unfortunately he's run the ball straight out. So with 3 minutes and about 30 seconds left on the clock, Boland A trying to command possession, Boland B trying to actually win possession back so they can mount an attack. Let's see what happens in the last 3 minutes of this chukker. Chance. Good save by the goalie. Okay, so Boland A get a short corner from that. Let's see if what they're going to do here, what variation, or just maybe a straight flick. Aon Hendricks going to push the ball in.
And unfortunately flicking that over the bar. It's always great to see the boys trying to go for top corners, but most of the time I think it would be a lot better to go board height, because if it does go a little bit higher, you're still going within the net. But being 3-0 up, I think some of the boys want to show some of their upward skills towards those top corners, just to give a little bit of spectacular. And we have a bad tackle from Boland A, giving a short corner.
And a yellow card. Yellow card for number 10 from the Boland A side. That's Levi Rennie for a bad tackle.
So Boland B have their first opportunity at taking a short corner for the game. Let's see if they can bring one back and get some fire back into the hearts. Flicks it and gets a deflection off the Boland A and get a long corner. Taken not quickly this time, but connecting passes Great stop on the line there from Boland A, trying to get the ball out, but unsuccessfully in doing so. Straight back in, and unfortunately no connections from the far postman. So for those that don't quite know how many minutes each card color is for this one we got a yellow card which is in increments of 5 minutes, and from what we saw it is a 5-minute yellow which will most probably start him somewhere in the last chukka of the game. So let's see if Boland A can hold in the defense.
So if you're just joining us on YouTube, you're joining us with Boland A leading Boland B 3-0 with 20 seconds left in the third chukka, going into the last chukka. If you're joining us, just maybe give us a comment and say who you're supporting. So maybe either go Boland A, go Boland B, or if you have a question, just give us a comment there and say what you would like to know. Another bad tackle, and the umpire giving another yellow card. I think that was to a Boland B player.
Keeks, the charging cable just broke.
Entry now going into the chukka break with you have 2 minutes to chat to your team.
Just broke.
From both sides, A and B. What would you discuss?
The charging cable.
Personally, Boland B, I think they would just be trying to discuss on just being a little bit more composed and trying to just find those connections with each other. Boys have great individual skills, but at the end of the day it is a team sport, and I think that's what will be going on in the team bench there for Boland B. Boland A, I think the boys are just chatting about what they do with inside the attacking 25, and just to make those small little corrections to finally end the ball up in the goal box to increase their lead and hopefully get that 5-0 win at the end of the day.
It like got caught on the thing here, and then as I zoomed into the corner, then it pulled.
And as you can see, of course, even the umpires have their team talk. They can discuss now for 2 minutes of what they've seen in that chukka, what they need to work on, or maybe what they need to keep an eye on. I see Terry Stone has commented saying, let's go Boland B.
Nah, got it.
I hope for Terry's sake that they're only 3-0 down. Maybe they score an early goal in this last chukka, and and then put a little bit of pressure on the A side and see what happens from there.
Just touch my put your hand over. Yeah, because it's metal. But do you mind? What?
And sorry if we pronounce it incorrectly, but it looks like Gravy ASMR supporting the Boland A boys. I'm sure the Boland A parents would be excited at this result at the moment, and hopefully that excitement can stay within the Boland A camp as they start the last chukka.
Yeah, with only 15 minutes to go, legs might be feeling a bit tired because, of course, this is game 2 in 2 days. They do have another game later. But let's see who can concentrate for the last 15 minutes. Who's going to throw everything at it. What connections are going to be made. What team's going to fight till that final whistle.
And from your side, it seems like a lot of teams. Oh, and we have a steal, and we have a goal within the first 25 seconds of the fourth quarter. Boland A score.
Yeah,
It
just
looks like
maybe
number
just
12.
I'll do this with the
And
SMR
that
now. I'll do this,
is
look.
Barend
should be good.
Geldenes. Great little flick there and great steal to be able to get that. Going up 4 goals to
Yeah,
0, Boland A.
I see Luke's also joined us and said, let's go, Samuel. Carmen has said, yes, now we finally have the right link to stream. Carmen, we have been offline for a bit because the power tripped here at Saks. So welcome and good to have you. And then, Aintree, you got the pronunciation right. It's Gravy ASMR said, perfect pronunciation. Well done, bud.
That's one of the few times I get those pronunciations right. So it's good to hear that it is going well for the commentary.
Very high pressure from the A side coming on the B side. I think it's definitely a tactic going into this final chukker. It's a great long ball. Oh, unlucky, no connection. But going back to maybe what the A side has changed for this last chukker is very high press, put as much pressure as they can onto the B side and see who cracks, see where they can maybe get a high turnover and go from there and score some goals.
And so when they started the final chukker, we saw that Boland A threw the ball overhead and gave Boland B a 16. It seems to be a new tactic that teams are doing now when they want to do a full press to start the game. Do you believe that is a nice way to play the game, or rather actually start the way you would usually start and get your attacking way?
Yeah, some teams and some coaches look at it differently. Of course, it is an opportunity to put teams under pressure. So you throw in overhead so it goes out for their 16 or free hit out. And then standing 5 meters away from where the guy's actually taking it to put his head down and maybe turning over the ball higher up in the field. Whereas other coaches will say, well, let's keep the ball and work it up until we get there. So pass the ball around, get our lines higher, pass the ball through the lines, and then maybe we actually win the ball or we have the ball working our way up.
Boland A trying to make a long pass, unfortunately doesn't find a connection. 2 players there bumping heads, but great sportsmanship to carry on with the game. Boland B holding the ball on the side, trying to force it in. Big hit, and great deflection there from Boland B to finally get a goal back and bringing the score 4-1. We're just waiting to see if we can see the number 15 from Boland B, and that's Nicholas Reth.
Let's see if now this puts a little bit of pressure on the A side, and also if it gives a little bit of fire to the B side.
I think there will be a bit of fire, but I think one thing that might be not on the cards is legs. As mentioned before, not always the freshest in the fourth quarter, so that fine heart might not be able to go all the way that they would like it to. And let's see what happens.
I see for Barend's earlier goal, Natalie says, nice Barend. And Cheryl Ann also says, well done Barend. So let's see what happens here in the last chukker. Another turnover from the A side. Recycle the ball. Trying to force it through, well intercepted.
Right, so Boland A winning another short corner, coming off the back stick of the Boland B player while trying to make the tackle just inside the top of the D. And let's see if Boland A can further the lead.
Wait. Okay, ready? Play.
Push to top D. Tried to get a zigzag going there, but unfortunately too much pressure from Boland B. Playing on the baseline here. See what? Oh, great little spin there. Tries to play it in 45, unfortunately doesn't make a connection. Stolen back from Boland A. Gets it and goal time. Alright, seems like we have a little bit of a stoppage here from umpires. Let's see what the verdict is after their communication. Great to see that umpires are trusting each other enough to have a chat about it. And we have a goal coming from number 7, Boland A, Zeke Hoogaard, bringing the score line 5-1 to Boland A. So we were talking about that 5-0 to get a possible bonus point. Unfortunately, right now it is only 4-0 if we have to do a little bit of maths, and we need to get one more goal in for Boland A for that to be a possibility if they are doing bonus points. And so they're doing bonus points?
I don't think they are, but I'm happy that your maths is so good, Aintree. I'm struggling to do that.
It's great to see that the mind is still working on a Saturday morning. It's always great to be able to know that you don't lose your maths work when it comes to the weekend.
Oh, great receive from the Boland A side. He's got a 1v1. Here we go. No!
Oh,
Action happens so quickly. Sometimes you lose your words. Aerial. Straight into the middle of the field, which is always going to be a turnover. Transferring channels for the B side, see if they can work up. Nice intensity. Aerial overhead. Well defended by the A side. Oh, he's run it out. Got lucky there. Oh, no. He's actually given away a free hit. B side trying to work it in. A side have won the ball back though. Trying to work it out slowly. They also throw an aerial. Oh, that's a good aerial because it's into space. Is Sibo going to get there? He does get there. And then he looks for a long ball in. It has come through. The defender's done well and the goalkeeper together. Unfortunately, the defender has touched it with his back stick accidentally, which does result in a Boland A short corner. With only one more game after this for each team, maybe this is a possibility of you're 5-1 up, you've got a short corner in the last chucker. Do you practice maybe a short corner that is a tricky short corner? So something like a spin off the top D, which is called a German. Let's see what happens. Injection, trap, straight flick. Keep it simple, they say. Keep it simple. Straight flick from number 3. Ruben Sinzel scores with a straight flick off top D. And that makes it 6-1. More high pressure from the A side, but done well. B side, but they're giving the ball away cheaply back to the A side.
So with all that pressure, Boland A have a free hit just outside the 23. Let's see if they are going to try go straight in. They've dropped it through to the middle. Out wide. And back in the middle we go. Into the D. Great defense. Keeping composure. That's what we like to see the boys doing. Great 2v1s. Have a little bad tackle there. Thinking possibly got away with that one, but game goes on to live another day. Ball just going outside of the sideline. Free hit to Boland A. Great use of the slap over there, transferring the ball. Great tackle there from Boland B to get tackled back and gets the free hit on the sideline. Looks like we might have a little overhead there. Spoke too soon.
Oh, good transfer to the right hand side by the B side. Now they're trying to play it in the midfield. Good 1-2. All the way to the right hand side. Oh, but he should have stayed on the outside. It's gone back into the middle. And he's taken it straight back onto the strong side of the A side. Another double turnover though.
As we can hear, coaches were asking for a bit of simple play, and unfortunately boys did not come up and lost the ball, but have the ball back again running down the sideline. And we have another card coming. We have a yellow 5-minute for, it looks like number 16 from Boland B, Marais Westraat. So with just less than 2 minutes left in the last chukker, with that 5-minute yellow card coming into play, that means that Boland B will unfortunately play with a man down for the last 2 minutes. Seem to be using it well, playing the ball through the middle and unfortunately ending up with the foot at top D, giving Boland A the chance to get the ball back and just to take a little breather. And on the back stick, and unfortunately playing it wide. Boys seem to love this back stick skills. And do you think that's the first thing they should be doing, is going on the back stick, or should the boys be trying to hit it on the stronger side?
Well, if you have a chance to go on your strong side, then of course do that. But if your balance is maybe off, or your feet are not in the right place and you need to move the ball around, then at this age level and of course the skill level, because they are Boland A and B side, then they should be doing that. And as we see that, a nice little back stick deflection
from number 15 of Boland A, Aon Hendricks, bringing the score to 7-1 to Boland A. Just giving that last bit of damage just before the end of the game with 15 seconds to play.
So with only a few seconds left to play and probably won't change the score, Entry, what are your thoughts of the game?
It's been unfortunately a little bit of one-way traffic. Usually that is what you kind of expect from A playing B. But I think it was a hard-fought game from Boland B to at least get one goal on the scoreline. I think that does show that the boys know that they can score. And yeah, I think Boland A will be happy with their results. And on your side, Ant?
Yeah, I think the Boland A side were a little bit more clinical in this game today, and Boland B just unfortunately didn't have the connections. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on whatever platform you were on. Thank you very much, Aintree.